Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Teresa Dale on Natural Health Radio. So happy that you're on board today and that you're there waiting for information, and then hopefully you're going to share it with your family and your friends so that you can help other people. I mean, that's what really makes life so interesting and so rewarding, is the rewards that you get from helping other people. One of the things that I love to do in my life is share with you information, the latest information on healthcare. Therefore, you can stay up to date on everything and know more about your physical and emotional health. One of the things we want to talk about, we talk about things and then I give you solutions. It's not, and I'm talking about things that are going on that could be potentially harmful to you, which is fact, but I also want to make sure we give you solutions, because there's no reason to give negativity unless you can fix it, right? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about something that every woman and many men today do, and that is toxic for your health, and that you can go ahead and look for solutions that you can find in your health food store. One of the things that I've been very aware of for probably 25, 30, maybe more years is that the makeup that women use on their face, the makeup that women use, from the eye pencils to the lipstick to the cheek color to the foundation to the eyebrow color, all of that, there is immense amount of toxic substances in them. Now, depending upon where you buy them, if you go to a regular store, a big box store, regular, more expensive store, you will find the coloring is derived from, toxic chemical sources. Okay, all of the coloring. It'll give you an FDA number, not FDA number, FD&C number for Red Lake or Yellow Lake or whatever it may be. These are all toxic chemical colors that absorb through your skin into your body. Besides that, the cosmetics do contain the methylparaben or propylparaben, and these are petrochemicals that absorb through your skin into your body. Besides things today, they are including things, whether you buy it in a drugstore or you buy it in a huge, expensive store, many of the new products contain nylon, contain silicone, contain things that aren't really toxic to the body. You don't want to have nylon in your body, do you? Because if you put it on your skin, it's going to absorb into your blood oftentimes, depending upon the formula and what's in there. So we want to be very careful about what we're using on our skin for makeup. And there is a solution. You can pretty much get the truth here that every single color, makeup with color in it, that you get from a big box store, no matter how expensive it is toxic and has toxic ingredients. Okay, and that includes foundation powders, whether even some of the mineral powders today can have toxic things in them, like aluminum. Okay, you don't want to put aluminum on your skin, and you don't want to use aluminum deodorants under your arms, because the aluminum goes into the blood and affects neurology. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is find solutions. So if you go to a health food store, you will find clean products. And even these days, I have seen in some big box stores that are not expensive, or even on Amazon, products that are cosmetics and lipsticks that are completely natural and their color is from flowers and vegetables. That is what you want to look for. And you just can go online and search for skincare products with coloring from food and vegetables and herbs, and you will see a list come up. That is what you want to do. Works great, works even better, and it's better for your skin. And it doesn't have methylparaben and polyparaben in it. So that's one thing that women do. And, especially when you're looking at your eyes and you're putting black liner on, oftentimes it contains nylon. Even if it advertises it doesn't have methylparaben and polyparaben in it, and no heavy metals, it can still contain nylon and other things that are really not good for you. So this way, if you buy from a health food store, they're pretty careful about the ingredients. And so I want to recommend that you do that from whether it's a big health food chain or it's a small health food store, you will find better products. And Amazon has a lot of those products, but you need to know what they are. So go and visit a health food store and check out everything that they have as far as color cosmetics. Okay, same thing for skincare. You can go to a health food store and find the most amazing products. There are products from Germany that are amazing. There's products from the United States that are amazing and clean, and they work, and they don't have any kind of toxin in it. You have to be careful about using things like paraffin, which is petrochemical, on your skin. You have to be careful about using things like silicone, okay, on your skin. You have to be careful with nylon and plastics, okay, and acrylics. They're all in skincare and colored cosmetics today, and you need to, sometimes I'll have like 50 ingredients. Be careful of those, because within those are hidden things like aluminum, okay, like tin oxide, okay? You want to not use those kind of things on your skin. And many times today, men are starting to use sometimes cosmetics if they have a skin problem and they're trying to cover it up a little bit. Same thing. They have to be very careful as well. And the thing you must make sure never to do is use antiperspirant deodorant or any deodorant with aluminum. The other thing we're going to approach, and I tread lightly on this topic, but I do know a lot about these topics because I have been investigating it for 40 years, okay? The next item is hair color, which is used today by men and women, okay? And hair color has insidious things that you wouldn't really, unless you really looked it up, you wouldn't think is toxic. But one of the most important things is the sourcing of the dyes that are in hair color. Now, a lot of people don't like using henna because it doesn't cover the gray, but there are some products that have natural herbs in them and have a combination of things. No methylpolyparabens, no resorcinol, and no PDD or PPD or anything that can be cancer-causing to the body. And there are a few brands out there that are exceptional, okay? And if you go to a health food store, look at ones that have naturally occurring ingredients and herbs. They work really great for hair coloring and cover gray, and they're totally non-toxic to your body. So you want to stay to those because they really work. You don't see them on TV, right? And the ones that you do see on TV, I would avoid those at all costs because they have really toxic coloring in them. And resorcinol and methylpolyparabens and other things that, like aluminum. So you don't want to use anything with aluminum in it, Okay. Now, by going to a health food store, you avoid all of that. You do need to read the labels, but they don't generally carry them because they know people are coming in looking for all natural. And there are even some things that are mixed with henna that are semi-permanent that cover the gray if you don't have very much gray, and that are really good for your hair, make your hair look great. So you can find those things in a health food store, and then you'll know because you'll see the difference. And when you use them, you'll find that they work really well. That's what I've experienced with all my patients who are looking for solutions to using toxic chemicals on the body, right? So that's a very, very important topic. Many women walk around using toxic lipstick, which you eat. Okay, you end up eating it. Really bad idea. Whereas you could go to the health food store and find the same color with coloring that's from plants, plant-based. Really beautiful, lasts, creamy, all the things you would want. And eye coloring, that is amazing. You know, like for liners and mascara and stuff like that. You have to be very careful of the waterproof mascara because it contains things that are toxic in it. So you have to look at that carefully. So I would say that we have covered some important things related to this. And hairspray is another thing. Don't use it. There is no FDA-approved hairspray that's safe to smell or breathe in, right? There isn't any. Okay? It's all not good, but if you use a non-aerosol hair holding spray that you get from the health food store, then that is better. And most of the things there are non-toxic, if not organic. Okay, try to get things with that clean your scalp with shea butter. You know, I love Aveda hair shampoo and conditioner. That's really good. Their hair coloring that you get there has aluminum in it, and they say it only has 2%, but any percent is toxic of aluminum. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't use it on my hair. Okay? And Aveda, I love all your products. Okay? It's just that I would avoid, if you're sensitive to hair coloring and don't want aluminum, the hair coloring I would avoid. Everything else I really like that they sell there except their cosmetics, the color cosmetics. But, you know, I use their shampoo. I have it in my shower. I love it. And many different kinds, as well as things from the health food store. So shop in health food stores. You can shop for your shampoo and conditioner and hair masks and stuff like that in Aveda, if you'd like. I certainly love it. And there's many, many other things we have to consider. If you're looking for things to detoxify your body, and if you have used this type of cosmetics, if you have used all of the toxic cosmetics and makeup, its foundation and all of that, then you've got it in your body. You've got the toxicity in your body. You want to detox, and you want to use something safe that's going to work, and you're going to feel good, okay? So go to drdaleswellnessstore.com, and you'll see little icons there where you can click on your symptoms, and then that will open to products that will help those symptoms. And the cleanses, go under cleanses and look, we have choices between 3 cleanses. You've got a whole body deep cleanse, which helps to dissolve stones. We have the slow cleanse for 1 month, which is organic herbs that detoxifies every organ, system, and gland. And then for those people who are very sensitive to cleansing, we have the multi-layer cleanse, which is all completely homeopathic. And it cleanses your liver, your kidneys, your colon, and the blood, and helps to empower your immune system. So we have 3 different cleanses that all work perfectly. It just depends on how you feel and to to trust your own guidance. I mean, that's very important, and I really want to empower you to do that. So for more education, go to thewellnesscenter.net. Look around, read the articles that are there for your education, okay? And look at some of the resources we have. And then you can click on product descriptions, and that will take you to all of the products on drdaleswellnessstore.com. So that will teach you about the cleanse. And then if you have a question, call us at 800-219-1261. That's 800-219-1261. We want to also look at a variety of different things that people are exposed to in cookware. And we've talked about this from time to time, but there's always new cookware coming out. You have to understand that the safest cookware is ceramic, like Le Creuset. And then we also have the Glass Vision cookware, okay? The ones that have coatings on them are applied with heat, with force, and with glue underneath. And as those things wear through, I don't see that there's going to be a long-term usage of that pan, okay? So I know that in Europe they have tighter standards, and they have European cookware that is made of titanium all the way through. And that is something that's a little bit pricey, but that's going to last you for 20, 25 years, not scratch, and be non-stick by the virtual fact that it's titanium. So you want to check those things out and make sure that, because if you're steaming food, if you're sautéing food, if you're grilling food, and you're eating this food, you want to make sure that you're not getting transference in the food of any kinds of metal, glue, or chemical substance. Very important, right? So the solution are the titanium cookware, 100% titanium, or Le Creuset, I love, and that's non-toxic. And then also the Visions by Corningware, which is glass cookware. That is not non-stick, but they do have cookware for, making stews and boiling water and making casseroles and things like this that you can use in ovens, and it's very, very good cookware. I have 3 pieces that I use all the time. So let us take a look at various things that we need to do in order to have a healthier life. One is to shop smarter, and that is to read labels and to buy only non-GMO organic food. Okay? It will make such a difference in your life. It truly will. I mean, big differences. That means you won't have doctor's expenses. You won't have to buy medications, which is very expensive and also is very toxic to your body, right? But so shop smarter. Look for things that don't have trans fats, that are not deep fried, and look for things like that. And non-GMO, organic, making sure that you look for products that do not contain preservatives or methylparaben, polyparaben, or maltodextrin. You don't want to eat a lot of these hamburger lookalikes that you find in health food stores have maltodextrin in them and have canola oil in it. And I don't like at all canola oil. It is not a healthy oil to have, even if it's organic. So because it's GMO, most of it is GMO. So we need to look for the oils like organic olive oil, like avocado oil, okay? And then the other one that can be good depending upon what you use it for, would be to stir fry possibly, and to use maybe some organic sesame seed oil. So, but olive and avocado are truly the best. If you need to use an oil to do a little stir fry, and don't put it on high on the stove. You don't want to burn the oil. You just want to get that flavor in there. The best way to use olive oil is right after it comes off of the stove, and then you've got it on your plate. Then put the olive oil on. If you can do it that way, it would be awesome. So, or to use a misto sprayer, a little sprayer that you get in a non-aerosol glass bottle. You can just pour any olive oil in there and spray the pan a little bit. That should do it, right? So we want to know, I've reported on this show, Natural Health Radio, about contaminants, cancer-linked contaminants in the drinking water in your city. Check out our e-newsletters. If you want to subscribe at no charge, go to our website, wellnesscenter.net, subscribe for free, and you will get once a week a newsletter with the latest things to know and different action steps you can take to make changes. Because making changes is helping humanity. There are 270 contaminants in drinking water, and I've sent out a database to all of that, to you for all of that at no charge, just free. You subscribe to the newsletter, and then we send you a lot of information. So we also need to look at tips for cleaning our house healthier. So healthier living and the tips for cleaning that doesn't involve using toxic chemicals. One of the things that we have to do is make sure that we look at what we're using as far as cleaning our floors, our windows, and using detergent. And if we're using any kind of conditioning after wash, all of those things can be purchased at a health store, and you would have a cleaner product without chemicals and preservatives. They're called free and clear, non-allergic. A lot of people have skin problems because they're allergic to their detergent. Do not buy your detergent from a regular store. Go to a health food store, even Trader Joe's. I hate to mention Trader Joe's, but this is in a good way, right? You can use their detergent, their dishwashing. You don't want to put toxins back in the water, and you certainly don't want them on your skin, and you don't want them coating the glasses and the dishes that you just cleaned in your dishwasher. You want to use non-toxic, free and clear products, even to wash your hands, dishwashing detergent, laundry detergent, window cleaning. Can be used with vinegar, and they have all of these things in the health food store. That's what I do, so that there's no allergies, okay? And I think it makes a huge difference when you do all of this. I know that my body is very sensitive to things. It's not overly sensitive. It's just sensitive to things that are not good for me or any human being, like chemicals. And dyes and anything that can affect you in a negative way, my body is sensitive to and should be. It should be sensitive to those things. One of the most important things that you've heard on TV is the glyphosates and the cancer risks. Glyphosates is in herbicides, and some people use them in their garden right outside of the entrance to their home, okay? And they're using them outside, and if you also have vegetables growing there, that could just affect things. So you have to use only natural things for helping your plants grow, and you can get those in the health food store as well. But avoid any products that are not organic, any products that you would eat. Avoid anything that is not organic. You'll be avoiding, then, GMOs. You'll be avoiding the glyphosates and ingesting that. Every human being in the United States has glyphosate poisoning on one level or another, because I don't know anyone who has only eaten organic food in their life. It just doesn't exist, right? We've all gone out to eat at a restaurant and enjoyed our food, and we knew it was not organic, but we enjoyed it. Okay, every time you do those kind of things, you expose yourself to glyphosate poisoning. Isn't it great that I have created one formula, inexpensive homeopathic formula, that will detoxify this terrible stuff out of your body? It's called Biotox Pest, P-E-S-T. You can get it on drdaleswellnessstore.com. It only works on one thing, and that is it detoxifies your body from glyphosate. Now, for you to not be concerned about this is somebody who is sticking their head in the sand because it's invisible, because you can't see it on the vegetables. It's actually inside of the vegetables. It grows into the vegetable. And because something is invisible to your eye, doesn't mean it's not building up in your body and affecting your health. So we need to be conscious about those things. It's very, very important, because it has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt to cause cancer. Okay? And we want to take care of you. So we want to bring this information to you, and that is why I created a formula called Biotox Pest, P-E-S-T, which stands for pesticides, okay, herbicides, and it has the one ingredient necessary to detoxify glyphosates, and that's all you need. If you wanted it, if your body is toxic already, you may want to consider a cleanse, taking a slow cleanse with that, or at least take the homeopathic lymph detox plus, so that we can move the glyphosate out of your lymph nodes, which you have all over your body. So I would say that today is a very important day because we know that other countries have already banned glyphosate. One of them is Germany. Very conscious people. They have also banned in the future, there will not be any more nuclear plants there, and they have banned glyphosate. So we know how toxic this is, and people deserve a government that looks out for them. And since we don't have that in the United States at this time, I'm here to help you. Once a week, I'm going to be on iHeart, on doing the podcast. Sometimes I'm on Facebook Live when I can do it. And then we're also on Amazon, Alexa, Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on Google. We're doing so many different things to reach you. Now, a couple of things that I find very important is that cell phones affect children because their skull is softer the younger they are. Okay? And so cell phones are not good for anybody, especially don't give a child one to play with or to take to school. Okay? There has to be another way to do it. Now, we need to protect the children. And if they've been using a cell phone, we can get my formula Radiation X. It detoxifies radiation from cell phones and nuclear radiation. It's homeopathic, FDA registered, and you can find it on drdaleswellnessstore.com. Okay? Now, if we go back to glyphosate for a second, there's a new round of tests showing that a number of children's cereal contaminants have been found to contain glyphosate. These are the ones in the regular stores that are not organic. Mostly all of them contain, glyphosate. And we have read a report on this. If you want to see the report, go to Environmental Working Group, EWG. They have a report, and you can get it at no charge. Okay, and I suggest you do that. And so we need to do the biotox test with them to detoxify the glyphosate, and the biotox radiation X can be also used on children. It's just the directions are on the label. Okay, you need very little of the homeopathic product to work on a child. It works right away. So you can read that directions on the website. The other thing we want to protect kids from, and adults, I mean, we need to protect ourselves and protect children, is from the nonstick surfaces that are on the cookware that we were talking about. Okay? We want to make sure we can get a guide on that and how to do it, which ones are really bad. And that is from the Environmental Working Group, EWG.org. And you want to detoxify it. You can do that with the Lymph Detox Plus, and you can also do that with the multi-layer cleanse, which is completely homeopathic. Now, the specific thing about the chemicals that are on the non-stick cookware is the PFAS, which is polyfluoroalkyl substance, or PFAS. And there are a family of thousands of chemicals used to make non-stick water, grease, and stain-repellent coatings for a vast array of consumer goods and industrial applications. These chemicals are notoriously persistent in the environment, okay, and the body. And some have been linked to serious health hazards like cancer. And PFAS, those chemicals can be on many of the nonstick cookware. Really expensive nonstick cookwares, by the way. So we care so much because these nonstick chemicals actually stick around for a very, very long time, if not indefinitely, in the environment and in people. Their presence has been linked to a variety of health issues, including increased cholesterol levels, multiple cancer, different types of cancers, and weight gain. They pose additional risks for children. PFAS has been linked to low birth weight, endocrine disruption, particularly harmful in kids who are still developing, and weakened childhood immunity. There's a recent review that was done by EWG scientists, and that showed multiple studies connecting PFAS to reduced effectiveness of tetanus and measles vaccines in children. Well, that's another story because, my opinion, I wouldn't vaccinate my children. I would use homeopathic prophylaxis, which is the homeopathic vaccines, which are used in all other countries. And there are no side effects, and it's cheap. Okay, and that is why it's not used here. So there's no money to be made in that because it works, it keeps working, and you don't have to use it a lot, and it's really inexpensive. All the reasons why the big pharma doesn't want to do that, right? Now, you can get some of these guides and information, Environmental Working Group, so that's EWG.org, okay, and you can look up these things and prepare yourself. Help your children, help your family, especially the elderly people who are, if they're in a nursing home, God knows what they're being given, okay? And so you can intervene in that to some degree, I'm sure, okay? And then if they're living at home with you or in their own place, then they're trying to cook for themselves, get them to make sure they're only having organic food in their home. Okay? Because everybody's life matters. The only time it doesn't matter is when you know, the person has left this planet. At that point, their life that they had still matters, but they're obviously not here anymore. But up until that very moment, there's something that can be done. Up until that very moment, their life matters. And if their condition is handled correctly, they may decide they want to live. They may decide that they're going to refresh the purpose in their life, and they want to do something. I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen all too often. So we can never dismiss a life. There's always an opportunity to change, right? And so I feel like the most important thing to do is become aware, get your kids to become aware, not to talk on cell phones, never to put it up to their head, and they don't even have to hold it. I mean, then what do they need a cell phone for? Okay? I mean, let's look at it this way. Now, you think, well, when I send my kid to school, I want them to have a cell phone so they can report anything that happens. But you know what? Things never were like this before cell phones, okay? So the cell phones are not really helping kids. They talk to their friends, which is great, but I'm telling you the toxicity, especially when you consider 5G that's going on, and they're updating, they're amping up the power to 5G in major cities. Now, I would even tell you that this is going to have more of a negative effect on the brain and on the neurological system. So I would never recommend using a cell phone. I don't use it up to my head in any ways. I do little texting here and there, but that's about it. So we need to take a look at education right now. Why don't you take a look at the California College of Natural Medicine by going to www.cconm.com. That's California College of Natural Medicine, cconm.com. And check out our new commercials that we have there, our new videos. You'll see it when you open the page. You'll see the 2 videos for naturopathy and for different choices. You can choose from different programs. We encourage you. We want to inspire you. We want to empower you so that you can help others. There are so many things right now that are available to people to take care of themselves. And a lot of those things are in health food stores. A lot of the things in health food stores are not good, like so many of the supplements that they have magnesium stearate in and are very toxic because maybe even the ingredients are from other countries, like China, which can have melamine in it. So we need to look at the toxicity that can exist in supplements which you're taking to help yourself. So I would say to check out our website, drdaleswellnessstore.com. All of the products are clean, non-GMO, no magnesium stearate, not irradiated. All of the herbs are organic, and they're in VeggieCap. And there's no toxic flow agents, preservatives, coloring, or anything that can do anything negative. So it only has a positive effect in your body. So this is what I would suggest. You can't count on health food stores alone to have all clean products. You don't want to have anything that can disrupt the normal functioning of your endocrine system for your hormones. You want to make sure that everything that you're using on your body or in your body helps to support normal hormone production and normal neurotransmitter production in your brain. Okay, so what I suggest is that we take a look at what we can do, make a list of what we can do to help our family, help others, no matter where they are. If you're in the store talking with somebody and they're discussing with you, all of a sudden they start talking to you about their health. I mean, there might be a reason. There might be an opportunity to help somebody. This happens all the time. And sometimes they know me or sometimes they don't. It just depends. I would say that we have an opportunity to work together and team up and to help people know about eating only non-GMO foods, only organic foods, okay? And kids' cereals, so I don't do any shopping at all in regular supermarkets. Everything that I buy is from Whole Foods, from local health food stores that have all organic foods. They don't even have non-organic produce, So everything I buy there is from farms, and a little sticker, it says organic on it. And we need to know that what we're putting in our body so that we can have a healthy life, a happy life, and have lots of energy to do all the things we want to do and travel and whatever we are called to do, we can be up for. We can do that. So the glyphosate is also been studied to affect neurotransmitter levels, and it's toxic to the brain. So it's a neurotoxin. All right. So this is something that is very important because a lot of people are having issues, like kids have autism, whether you have Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's disease or Lou Gehrig's disease or whatever the label is that is on your body is just a label. Try doing a detox, okay, and do it not only one time for a month, but you may want to do it for a month, stop for 2 weeks, do it again. It's up to you what you want to do. But if your body feels better after a month, or even it'll be after a week of doing it, you're on target. I can tell you you're not going to need to wait a month before you know it's the right thing to do with any of my cleanses. You're going to know sometimes within a day, sometimes within that first week, but seldom is it, you're going to feel the difference that first week in your body. And that is what we're looking for. We are looking for the promise of truth in medicine, okay? And what I can tell you that I know about that is that I had to make my own products to ensure that myself, me, my family, and my friends and my patients could access products that are really clean, that have nothing toxic in them. Oftentimes, even products that are herbal, they should be passing tests showing that there's no microbes in them, no bacteria, viruses, or parasites. And we do all of that kind of testing on our products to ensure that when it comes to you, it's perfect. And that's why you're going to have good success. We need to look at the so many different things in our healthcare today. We also need to look at the politics of health, okay? And we're going to get to that in just a minute. But one thing I can tell you is that regarding the non-stick cookware, Teflon has the worst health effects. And it's got a timeline of companies that are actually hiding the health risks of PFAs. So if you have any cookware that contains or coating of Teflon, if I were you, I'd throw it out. And I'd get some of the other ones that we've discussed today. But I'm telling you, Teflon is one of the worst and has the most PFAs in it. And we have to make sure that if we're buying baby food for our children or babies, we have to make sure it's not in a plastic bottle, that it's in a glass bottle, because the plastic bottles oftentimes have BPA. And even if it says BPA-free, there are other phenols. Bisphenol A is a phenol that is made from estrogen to make the plastic soft. But there are other phenols in plastics. You don't want to eat food that has been sitting in that, okay? And it's a very, very important. Now, one of the things that's so interesting is I'm looking at a map right now of all of the fluorinated chemicals in tap water, the toxic fluorinated chemicals in tap water. And I can tell you, they're all over the United States. And the worst ones are on the West Coast and, of course, the East Coast. And all around the eastern area is a lot of fluoride and fluorinated chemicals in tap water. And if you want to go to the EWG website, you can look at an interactive map there and see if it's in your community. Okay? You need to get reverse osmosis for sure, right? And you can do that very inexpensively for $16 a month. I go to my local water company, Harris Water, and they put a 5-stage reverse osmosis system under my sink that takes out all the bad stuff, and it actually has a light to kill the bacteria and viruses and whatever's coming through. So there's a lot of things that you can do to help yourself, my friends, and I would really love you to do that, because that means that whatever we're doing is helping you, and that is the only reason why we're doing it here. And I would say, if I would look at one other area, it would be jewelry, and it would be lead that is in jewelry, lead that is in other things. So not only is it in jewelry, there's a lead glaze that goes on stoneware and other types of eating, dishes and dinnerware and stuff like that. So you can get cookware and dinnerware that is lead-free. Of course, glass is lead-free, but there are other ones from different countries or from the United States that advertise they have no lead in their glaze. See, when you make pottery and you make dishes, you put a glaze on it and then you stick it in the kiln and it fires it, okay? Okay, that glaze has always had lead in it, and in most expensive dinnerware, it'll have lead glaze. You just need to contact the brand, the owner, the company that produces it to find out. And if they hedge and don't want to tell you, well, you know what that means. So we need to take a very strong look at all of these different things that will make our life better, make our life healthier. Check out the California College of Natural Medicine so that you can see this amazing programs that we have that are online and residential. Also, we want to make sure that we go over and remember about the cosmetics and skincare, very important, hair care, hair coloring, all the different things we discussed today. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is a brief conversation about our politics today, which, I find it very interesting because there are so many people that are even at this last minute coming into the race. And anybody who is looking at giving us a completely new healthcare system, they need to discuss what that system looks like so we even know if we want to vote for them. I would not vote party. I would vote for the person, because that's what most people, I think, are going to do, because the parties are not always indicative of the kind of person that you're going to get, okay? Because there are dishonest people in all parties. There are people who have motives that are not good for you. Oftentimes they want to have better health care, and they're not willing to say what that would include. And if they would include natural medicine in hospitals and in healthcare, and insurance would pay for it, and it would be in all doctors' offices, I would vote for them. I would vote for that person, providing that they didn't want to go out and have wars and kill people. You know, I mean, you got to weigh all of it, right? So I would say good luck on that one. And we're going to end for today, but this is Dr. Teresa Dale, and have a terrific week. We are signing off from Natural Health Radio, wishing you a fantastic week. Bye-bye for now.